How are you doing tonight?
I'm alive.
Yeah, me too.
A day happened.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, this was one of those, like, nutty days where the day itself wasn't bad, but there was so much other junk that it came with, and that's what wasn't fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Discovery has been canceled.
What?
Well, I don't think it was planned to go past season 5. So I think it's on its glide path. It's just that it's now official that it's a glide path. Um, so
It's still kind of weird.
well, apparently, and I'm reading right now on Trek Movie. Apparently, there's been a lot of backing to the streaming services, but nobody has actually made a good, successful money making model out of the streaming services yet. And so they're not turning over profits quite yet. And unfortunately, because they backed so many of them, it immediately muddied the waters. Netflix was making a lot of good money, and then there were 75,000 different streaming services all of a sudden, all of them wanting your $10, and everybody got diluted. And so their money income has dropped significantly. And now Wall Street's saying, okay, now pay us back. And they're like, oh. So about that. So there's a lot of discussion about what could happen here. And there's a
See,
lot of,
I think, and they all ignored the one thing they all had that actually could have made them a lot of money, and that was Hulu.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Hulu is interesting. So, yeah. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it. So, so they're talking about what may or may not survive. And Picard's not going to survive, but that's already a given. It was only 3 seasons to begin with. So this season ends Picard as it was planned in 2018. So that's no surprise. There's no shocker there. Discovery only really had 5 years of we'll do this, and then then we'll reevaluate. And really, honestly, Strange New Worlds is a better show. So Discovery was cool. Discovery's interesting. It's got a very different premise, and it's very fascinating and intriguing. But Strange New Worlds beat it out. So that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. So Discovery will convert to Strange New Worlds. They're talking about Star Trek Legacy, which would be um, Jerry Ryan as Seven of Nine taking over command of the Titan from Picard and making a show out of that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So,
You.
Anyway, it's just interesting. It's the future of Star Trek is somewhat cloudy, but only because of the nature of streaming services.
Well, and the streaming service war is kind of, I think it's going to come to an end here soon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because this whole idea of, oh, well, we have enough content on our own that we don't need to actually,
Mm-hmm.
have someone else house our stuff. It's like, yeah, but you don't have enough content.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is probably would have done fine if they'd had more Star Trek to hold the series or hold this station up, but they don't. They, and they can't. There's no way to easily do that. So,
Well, and honestly, like, they shouldn't have put it behind a paywall as fast as they did. They should have started bringing out the service, gotten the service up and running, gotten people hooked, and then said, okay, now we're going to introduce this. It's only $2 or $3, guys.
Right.
Instead, it started out like 5 or 6.
It started out at almost 15. It was unreasonable. It was $8. No, it was $8 and $10. So it was $8 with ads and $10 without. Because it was always 10. Because to me, I just always have thought of myself as a $10 Patreon for Star Trek. That doesn't bother me in the least. You know what I mean? Like envisioning that in my head that way makes me fine. I'm fine with that. I don't mind being at the $10 level patron of Star Trek. That's fine.
But I did because I don't have.
Right. You're not a Trekkie, and that's totally understandable. There's nothing wrong with that,
Well, it wasn't that. They didn't hook me.
Yeah.
They had you. You would pay them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But me, you have to convince me to come over. Why should I pay you? I don't know anything about this Discovery show. I don't know about this Picard show.
Sure.
So I'm going to sit back and see what the reviews are. Oh, the reviews are coming in that this is not a good show. Why should I spend the $15 on it?
You got it. Oh, I'm not actually complaining at all.
No. I'm just saying where they failed. Logic lot. Like The Stand. I don't know if it was NBC or ABC did The Stand. I looked at it and went, I'm not paying anything for this until I know what the quality is. Because I'm excited. But if it's crap, then why should I give them money? And it turned out to be crap. So I think there was a lot of execs that just jumped in expecting this to be a money printing machine instead of, hey, we're essentially launching a network and we need to entice people in. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, the problem was they were banking on the Trekkies and then also experimenting with Star Trek, which they really should not have done both at the same time. They should have led with Strange New Worlds and come in with Discovery later. Hey, Tess.
Hi, Tess. But yeah, it's the same issue,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Hi, Melon.
Hey, Melon. I am probably not staying on stream tonight. I am spacey and tired. It's been a very long day. The kiddo had a concert at the high school. And so the high school band had to play. And then they had like an elementary school. The elementary schools were there, so they had to play. It was like by the time the junior high band got up there and started running, I had already been there for like an hour going, oh my God. So I'm pretty sapped. So I'm probably gonna just hang with you for a little bit, chat with you for a little bit, and then I'm gonna bow out and go to bed early tonight, whether George likes it or not.
That's fine.
And George is sitting here going, but what about the scritches? I wanted the scritches. I am entitled to
If
scritches.
I don't get my scritches, I'm taking it out on the cup.
Right? I have to go attack the cup.
There we go.
Boy, I like Vatic though. Picard is off to a very strong start this season. Oof.
Yeah, I get you on that.
See, Tess, that was actually what my wife and I were both talking about. We're both audio sensitive. She's audio sensitive for anxiety reasons, and I'm audio sensitive because I'm ADHD. And we just both sat there in the gymnasium with all of those bands going, just, oh, it was like hammers in our head. It was so bad. Oh, man. So, but my wife did order those special earplugs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's auditory processing issues are my biggest issue, and like trying to understand what people are saying when it was so loud and so clamorous, and oh, it was exhausting. So I may not stay on. I may go lay in bed and enjoy some peaceful, quiet music. I have a speaker that lives inside my pillow so that only I can hear the music. Otherwise, my beloved wife will murder me in my sleep. But that because she needs silence. But I'm one of those people. I suffer horribly from earworms. If I hear a song, I'll go to bed and I will have that song play over and over and over, and I'll wake up the next morning with it still playing over and over and over. So I have to listen to music at night so it'll wash all of those away after a while. So this worked really well. We've got this perfect thing, a little speaker that lives inside my pillow. So my wife was looking into those little earplugs that have like they're designed to cut the noise but not block the noise. So you can put them in your ears and they'll cut the noise down. So she bought a set of those and we'll see what they do for her. And if they work for her, I'm kind of wondering if they would work for me. One of the things that has always plagued me all of my life is the more ambient noise there is, the more I cannot hear what people are saying. So if we're in a noisy restaurant and you're talking to me, there's no chance. I've gotten really good at reading lips, though, which has meant that COVID has been a bizarre problem for me because everybody wearing masks means that I can't hear anybody. And I didn't realize how much I relied on people reading people's lips. Because like all of a sudden it was so hard to hear people and I didn't understand. And at first I thought it was because they had the mask over there. And it isn't. It's because I rely heavily on reading lips and my brain just connects the two together. And so it's bizarre. It is bizarre. I always say that if I'm watching something or listening to something and somebody else says something at the same time, I will say, okay, you're going to have to repeat that because you talked at the same time as somebody else, and now I have heard neither of you. So, yep, same thing. Actually, I want to see if there are. Hello, Brent. Mm-hmm. 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 I was reading text and I heard nothing.
Can do that.
So interestingly, the same things that my wife got look like they use those for the same problem, which is misophonia. Misophonia is problems where I'm going to have to look that up. Now, misophonia looks like it's a strong reaction to dripping water, chewing, snapping gum, and repetitive noises such as pencil tapping. That's definitely my wife, but it's not me. Um, my problem is auditory processing.
you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just reading.
Okay.
I'm reading about noise canceling headphones.
It got very dark, very quiet. I wasn't sure what was happening.
Mm. Oh, see? What's it like living with auditory processing disorder? This person says, I knew I struggled in some situations, but I just accepted it as how it was. Every time I had hearing tests, I was told my hearing is normal, and yet I often have to ask people to repeat themselves. This happens more often when I cannot see their mouths. I don't lip read as such, but it does help me recognize what they're saying. I dread when people have the TV on and then want to have a conversation with me. The volume on the TV is very low. It can work, but otherwise, I just hear a jumble of words and noise, and nothing makes sense. This is me. I have perfectly good hearing. However, if the TV is on, or if a radio is on, or if something like that's on, I cannot. I can't.
Yeah, my mom has really bad veneers in both of her ears,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going deaf essentially. So you hear me like talk really loud, and it's because I'm trying to overcome the fact that my mom couldn't hear me for so long.
Right. Well, but this is different. I can hear you just fine. I like right now. It's just you, and
Yeah,
it's fine.
but I'm saying there are situations in which I know I'm loud and
Mm-hmm.
it's not intentional.
Best part about it is it just means I hear you just fine, which is great. Because usually when you're really loud, you're also in the room with all the other guys from RTG or Quack, and there's a
Okay.
lot of people talking at the same time. So if you're loud, I hear you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're clear. If you're talking at the same level as everybody else, it's just a mess and it's a jumbled chatter. Cons are really hard for me. I spend a lot of time reading lips at the conventions because people will come up and they'll talk to me about. So this is actually a good thing since you will be tabling with me. If somebody comes up and asks a question and I answer something that does not sound like it matched what they said, help me out on that one
Will do.
because that means I misread their lips. Because the odds are good I can't hear them and understand them. And so,
It's a good thing you told me. I will
yeah, just keep
definitely
an
do
eye
it
on
because
that.
I have to do that anyways with mom.
Sure.
I actually, so one of the things I um, am doing is I'm going to apply to be a caregiver for mom.
That's fair.
Because one of the things I have to do is like if we go out, I might have to translate what somebody else said for her.
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
she might not be able to hear it, particularly if it's noisy.
Right.
And you just brought up a hell of a thing for me to put on there as part of what I need to say, hey, she needs this. Because she absolutely could not function without it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if these things would work. These, I mean, I might give this a try anyway. These sensory earplugs. I don't have a sensory disorder. We're doing great tonight, Melon. I'm tired, and that's why I'm not drawing yet. Or I may not. I may just stand down for the night. it's been a really tiring week, and it's been a long night. Not a bad night. It's always lovely listening to my child go out there and be awesome and be just like a cool musician. It was just hard to sit through the 48 minutes of everybody else playing to get to the point where I finally got to watch my kid be awesome. It was just like, well, uh, I really have. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I'm thinking I'm doing good. I have one remaining page for um, for this issue of Bellatrix Rising, and we can roll that comic. I mean, we still have like finish work. We have to go through and do like the spaceships in the bay, but I happen to really enjoy doing 3D spaceships, so that will be a lot of fun. And I actually enjoy doing comic pages too. I feel like I'm kind of just kind of spinning down a little. So it's all good. It was a good episode of Star Trek. Got a good episode of kiddo playing music. So I think I will just kind of stand down for the night. Be back on tomorrow morning. Right? Right. Physically, it's just like, and it was a good episode of Mando. I dug that one. It was funny. One of my friends was like, "It gets better, right?" And I'm like, "What? That was a good episode. That was fun. He was all over the freaking place. It was good." Well, that's okay, Brent. You can keep your fingernails. And we won't behead you today for it because beheadings are on Wednesday. These are over the ears, too.
Oh, I have an opportunity here. This off to the side here.
Can note towards you, dude.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
They
Making
look
sure you're on it.
they look very, very good. I'm just concentrating on this because there's a lot of detail in here.
It's all good. Just making sure you know.
Yep. Yeah, that works.
It's always interesting because my wife likes to go out dancing. And of course, I don't go out dancing because I can't hear anything. But I find it interesting that she doesn't. Yeah. Put them there. Yeah, I get tired of that too. If you put them up there, I will snag the link and look at them over here. I got it. Oh, look at those. Those are adorable. You are good at what you do, my friend. You are good at what you do.
Oh. Yeah.
Good night, Brent. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll get back to work. I did do March of Robots. Did you see the other March of Robots for today? That was aimed at you, Ken.
I saw the one.
Because here's my today's March of Robots. If you got a moment, when you've got a moment, it is not urgent. Should probably do the higher res version. There you go. Today's March of Robots.
Oh yeah. I like the sepia tones you did for him.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Well, the March of Robots has these sub units of make it in different colors. Thank you, Taz. Yeah, yesterday's was dark. This is where I went yesterday. That was a little dark, but it was. So I'm doing March of Robots because March of Robots is. I know, right? No, because I love robots. It's like I love robots, so it was a thing. So I did. I'm doing March of Robots. Looks like tomorrow morning will be Lost. I'm gonna have to do that one. That'll be probably another one that'll be somewhat sad. Oh man. I didn't pull out a. There's no glasses in there. Right? And they look so cute, and I don't know. At some point, I'm going to have to do an astromech. If nothing else, for Brent. Well, my folks, I think I'm going to bow out. I will see you on the morning. And good luck on your drawing. You seem to be doing wonderful. So I'm going to leave you to it. Good night, Tess. Good night, Brent. Good night. Good night, Melon.
Have a nice night.
Oh, yeah. That's the 2040 Night Saber, or that's a Bubblegum Crisis 2040's opening theme. Hey, Romeo Sama. Dun, 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 dun,
Is that?
dun, 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 dun. Oh, now I'm going to be stuck with that song. Hey, it could be worse. Something, 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 DNA. I learned that song before I spoke Japanese, so I have no idea what it says, and I'll have to go actually listen to it. That's all right. It's a kick butt song.
I have was it Hurricane?
Oh, Konyowa Hurricane?
Yeah.
From the original. There's a hurricane tonight. That one, somebody asked me to translate. So I actually know a lot more of those words. So, yeah. How does she know how to clean?
The
Yep.
This is literally the worst part of this work is trying to
Yeah, but I like that piece. I mean, it's really hard to draw women taking off the bra. That's really rough because it's as men, we don't take off bras. So it's really hard for us to mentally think it through. Yeah,
well, if you saw me earlier where I
you're
was
like sitting there
doing,
doing this number. It doesn't
yeah, it was
help
actually,
any that my wife
huh?
absolutely detests those bras. So I can't even like say, "Hey, will you please do this for me so I can see it?" I can't even get her to model it because she detests them, so she won't wear them. It's just because she hates that part. She doesn't like reaching up behind there and trying to snap it, so she won't wear them. And so it's like, right?
I get it. I get
Just
it.
like Tessa, she lives in sports bras. She's like, screw it, over it, which is fine by me. I don't care as long as she's comfortable. I really don't care. But it does make it difficult whenever you have to do something like that, and you're like, oh crap.
And I've been doing it because graphically, that looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not fun.
Mm-mm. Anyway, really, all that was to say, more power to you, my friend. That's a tough one to try to draw. Oh yeah, yeah. I most of the girlfriends that I have known like the ones that snap in the front for that very reason. Those will pinch, but they've gotten really good at snapping them before they pinch. Those are much better. Like I have opinions on bras. I don't even wear them, but I have opinions on bras. Weird. That's a thing. Yep. So I'm leaving on bras. I will leave. I will see. Oh, zippers would be cool. Now, see, zipper. Well, no, zippers would be cool. I could see that. Usually, usually Mariah likes to wear like the tank tops now, like the ones that are supportive on the tank tops, but they're mostly like they're actually like full shirts sort of thing. So she'll wear those. That's usually. I don't know why we're discussing her underwear. She doesn't care, but it's a thing. Zippers, though, I think would be useful. Although trying to get the zipper to snap together, yeah, she has a hard time finding them, though. That's the biggest problem. So it also helps that she's not like super big chested. So she can go for smaller bras without having major problems. Major problems. So, okie dokie. I'm out. I really, now we've gone into bras, and it's not going to be long before we're going to head way into the weeds. So,
Yeah, but it's a fun discussion, particularly
it is a
it
fun discussion.
this is an anatomy discussion with art that is fun, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Well, and it's not loaded. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's we're being super practical here, and it's not embarrassing, it's not sexually loaded, it's just what it is. It's fascinating to me. Things fascinate me, all kinds of things, like one of my buddies was saying that she was thinking of doing a panel at the con about staying creative through menopause, and was saying, is there anyone out there interested? And I was like, me, I'm interested. And I'm like, I'm probably not the target audience. And she's like, no, you are more than welcome, because any help you can give, to anybody is always useful, Good night, Millen. Take
Good
it
night.
easy. I'm probably going to bow out too, so I don't blame you. I am clearly not in a mindset to draw tonight. I am just all over the place.
No, but you're keeping me company, which is really helping me.
That's actually good. That's good. Even though Tess and I are like discussing zippers on bras, it's a thing.
No, I really like that because that's something to think about. Like I didn't even know that was an option.
I've seen them. Oh yeah. Like the old underwires and things like that. And when those underwires broke free, ooh, no. Oof. Yeah, I remember that one from high school. I had one buddy who was routinely wearing like underwires, and the underwire would break and break out and then just pierce. And it was like, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I saw one. So you just saw me do this where I had these guys on a separate layer. I saw someone do that with a cityscape where they put all the little gimbals and all the little stuff and things onto its own layer and then put it on repeat for filling up the tops of buildings. And I went, that's really smart. Why am I not doing this? You know?
Yep. Right. That was actually legit what she was concerned about. She was worried she was going to have to get a tetanus shot. Sorry, we're still on underwires over here.
No, I can see it.
I swear most of like women's fashion created by sadists half the time.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen the shoes that Chinese women
Oh yeah.
wore.
Yeah.
Where it,
We are doing much better today. We are doing much better today. We're not perfect yet, but at least we're doing better.
Yeah, but where the shoe they like,
Foot binding.
Yeah,
Foot binding.
It was so horrific to hear about.
Yeah.
And yet it was considered to be acceptable, and it shouldn't be acceptable at all.
I still think that high heels can be horrible.
Yes, I agree.
I've worn high heels. I'll tell you right now, that is not easy. Luckily, in my younger days, there is no way I'd wear them now. I'll twist something, break something, more than likely. Yeah. Yep. You'll notice one very, very critical thing about Bellatrix Rising: high heels are gone. They're gone. Everybody's wearing relatively form-fitting clothes, but the men and women are wearing form-fitting clothes. So, and the only thing that the footwear has is padding, so that obviously standing on your feet for 12 hours isn't going to hurt you.
Can I give a suggestion to that?
Mm.
Have them wear for shoes like a slip-on shoe, because like a lot of like a clog style. Because what happens is, particularly if they're in a position where they have to stand a lot, um, the clog style shoes that are well cushioned, even though they have a heel, is designed for standing for long periods of time.
Mm.
In
Yeah.
fact, that's what I wore at work when I was doing hours upon hours of cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, really, honestly, the shoes are space fabric designed to make you feel fine when you're standing. But they're part of the uniform, so you slip into them.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, so it's part of the spacesuit, so it has to be sealed. Because the whole point of the uniform they're wearing is a spacesuit, and it's magnetic. So you tap them and they turn magnetic, so you can clamp onto a starship's hull. The intention is that, gravity fails, you get blown out into space, you have the ability to live for about 2 hours on the spacesuit alone, on your uniform alone, and hopefully get back to the ship's hull, climb along the hull to find a way inside to get an auxiliary air tank. That's the design. So it's supposed to serve, you're supposed to live long enough. It's supposed to keep you alive for about 2 hours, long enough for you to get a supplementary oxygen. But it's all one unit, and it's destroyed and rebuilt. So you're not washing it or anything like that. At the end of your shift, you put it in the incinerator and it's destroyed, or whatever, the reclamator.
Reclamator.
Yeah, where it's reclaimed. Crocs. Interesting. People have been making fun of Crocs. I assume that means that they are actually somewhat useful. I'm noticing a sort of a consistency in the world. If you've got a whole bunch of people who are just ridiculing you for a thing, an X, Y, or Z, that means that it's actually a good thing. But people can't come up with a reason to hate it, so they hate it so they humiliate the owner. There's a lot of things I see with EVs that way. Definitely true with the EVs. Okay, but I should tell you that I have already taken melatonin, so I will start to wind down at some point soon.
Okay. Well, if that happens,
We'll leave. Yeah.
yeah. I would like to think that these panels are really, while they're detailed, they're not over the top, and I can't tell.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll get a couple of those Crocs. I've been thinking about that for a while, and I can get them in ridiculous colors, and I love to wear things in ridiculous colors. But I can see what you're saying. They're easy to wash and sterilize. You know what, Ken? I'm going to highlight your panel. I don't know why we haven't. I'm not doing anything down here but talking, so we should be highlighting your panel instead of making everything equal.
Yeah. Yeah, this scene actually occurs in issue 2.
Are you redrawing it?
No. This was something that was an addition to for Patreon only.
Uh-huh.
And I never really got around to doing it. It was half finished, but it's not important to the final product, if that makes sense.
Fair.
Like it was a, oh, we're coming up on it. Oh, we're cut, and then it's the aftermath of that scene, where you see them kind of talking things out later.
Okay.
But I told a friend I would draw it. It's like, okay, here's the scene. Have fun. That, and I wanted to draw the locker room in its full glory, particularly with all the stuff that I've learned now.
Looking at Crocs right now. I can get them in ridiculous colors. I like the plan that I can get them in ridiculous colors. Oh, I really can too. Look at that. Oh my God. It's like electric green. Oh, I like it. That's electric blue. Oh, I dig that color. I legitimately dig that color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and don't they have some that they're like they have the little pegs on them for foot massage?
Yeah, I'm noticing these got little like dots in them. I'm looking inside there. So you may be right. Look like they got little dots and stuff like that. Look like that reasonable tread, which is probably a good thing because where it still snows.
Yeah. Speaking of which, they're now saying that next week's storm is going to be nasty.
Yeah, they're saying it's gonna start Tuesday and roll through Thursday at this point. And I'm like, that's nice. Thanks.
And then everybody wonders why they get sick this time of year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're made for boats? Kick ass. I'd go on a boat. Well, and that's the thing I'm liking about them. Looking at them now, I'm like, well, it's clear that part of the thing with these guys is that they are washable and cleanable, which is nice, but they also look like slip-ons. I mean, I can just slip them on.
All right, one page down, and one more
Mm-mm-mm.
go.
Makes sense. Okay. I shall look around, find one with a ridiculous enough color.
You're gonna go to Nandesukan with those Crocs, and you're gonna just start something. You know,
I'm telling you, man. My problem with the universe in general is that there's just not enough cool colors, you know?
and it doesn't help that people just want black or white or gray. Like everything's kind of boring right now.
It's fair. Okay, so I am between the color limeade. Grass green looks pretty good. Bright cobalt. That one's good. Oh, I like bright cobalt. Not gonna lie, that's a good color.
Like someone was talking the other day about kitchens, and said the gray kitchens that we see now are, you know, kind of in response to the uh, the bluish or Tuscan style kitchens from the 80s, the
Mm-hmm.
70s and 80s. And yet, I look at the Tuscan style kitchens, and it's like, I want that kitchen. Because that kitchen just looks friendly and inviting, and you want to, you know, cook in, not only just cook in it, but you want to host events in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Varsity red. Varsity red. I've been wearing a lot of red, but I think I want to wear blue this time. Or purple. Purple's good. There's that ridiculous limeade green. That one's a good one. Oh man. Okay, I'm fading.
All right.
The fading is starting to happen. Good night, Tess. Thank you for the suggestions on the Crocs. I probably will purchase some before tomorrow. And I will report back to you and tell you how it works and tell you what color I got. Because there's so many wonderful colors and it's wonderful. And I love colors and things should be much more colorful in the world and they just aren't. And it drives me crazy. So the colors. Good night, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and just bow out. You're in control.
All
Leave
right.
you in control. Good night, Tess. Goodbye,
Talk to
everybody.
you later.
Bye, Melon. Bye, everybody.
Okay, well, it looks like it's just us now. I am going to turn on some music, though. We couldn't have it on the last couple of nights. They've been doing something to the background to it, so hopefully it doesn't stick as badly. Oh, I agree. I agree totally. Like kitchens should be enclosed for a couple of different reasons. One, you don't want oil going everywhere. Two, they get smelly. I mean, you're processing food. Um, and you want to have a nice place where people who are sensitive to that can go to get away from it. So, totally get that. And in some ways, but at the same time, not everything needs to be industrial. And that's the part I hate. Is everybody thinks they need to have this industrial kitchen that has no feeling whatsoever. And I don't like that either. I work in those kitchens. People don't need that kind of thing. Style is fine. And I get that there's some people that they like that style, and more power to you. But I like that nice, like, kind of, well, Tuscan, where you have some greenery in there, you have kind of beige, tannish walls with a little bit of fine decor in there, just to make it more inviting. So if people want to come in there while you're cooking, they can, and it looks nice and friendly and open. And these are too high. They need to be lower down the back, because shoulder blades. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the other thing I think we've lost too, is a lot of people have turned away from wood. Because particularly in the 80s, there was only that kind of strange honeywood pattern, or that honeywood color. And I think it turned a lot of people off. And yet, I find that wood, particularly well done wood, is just so warm and inviting and nice. It makes you want to go in there, and particularly if it's well done. Like, I like that kind of rustic look. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but hey, it's a hill I'll die on. Yeah. Absolutely. the one thing I love about drawing Brig is she is she's a soldier. She's heavily scarred from war and the battles she's fought. And they, like other places, that's where they have this like mark of shame. And she's always been the one where I've never felt it as a mark of shame for her. Like, she is proud that even though she has these scars, they're scars for that's the person she saved. She got that scar saving someone. So she's proud of who she is and what she's done. And I think we spend too much time airing beauty as being just this, thing that sits on top of, what we are, instead of beauty is also in the stories our bodies can tell, particularly as they age. Yeah, they might start out perfect, but then, okay, Tess, see ya. You have a nice one. But I love this idea of they tell a story. They tell a story of who you are and what you've done and what you've seen. And there is no shame in that. There is no one can steal that from you. And that is beauty to me. Yeah. Um, I have right here is a scar from where I had my thyroid surgery, where they removed my thyroid. Um, you know, I've been through the thick of it, and people should be able to see that, hey, you know what? Yeah, bad things happen to me, but at the same time, I don't let it define me. Too many people are ashamed of their bodies, and they should not be. The shame they fear is an artificial one created by companies trying to make you feel bad so they could sell you some sort of beauty product. And that bothers me greatly. There's a difference between getting a moisturizer because your hands are dry and getting a cream to hide time. And like when I talk to Saber, because Saber's helping me write this, there are some character things that I put in for uh, Brig that Saber wasn't expecting me to put in there. That honestly, knowing the stories, I wanted to honor my friend with that kind of thing. That, hey, there is no shame. And particularly as this story moves forward, there's going to be more and more of that. Yeah. These characters are going to have to deal with what that means to them. Yeah. Okay. All right. Uh, I feel like I have messed up this door. That looks like it's falling off its hinges. Okay, that looks better. This. This. A little more like that. Does that look pretty? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that. That is good. Good, I tell you, good. Something like, yeah, that'll work. Let's scroll in. Do that. Clean up those lines. And then that one. Okay. Now, you, don't do that. I feel like I made Rosa ever so slightly too muscular. No. That's bad. Don't do that. game goes away. That should help quite a bit. What is that? What's up there? Okay. Hey. Oop. Fix that here in a moment. Forever fixing things. What's wrong? Okay, give me one moment. Yeah, I know about it. I think it's the dishwasher. Don't worry about it. I got it. All right, let's get back to this. Chance of being seen. And this one back here. Doors. Okay. 5 minutes left. All right. Hey, Anita. How's it going? I'm sorry. All right. I think that works. Alrighty, guys, I'm running a little bit over. So we're going to call this here. have a page done. I will talk to you guys later.